Or any questions? Anything you'd like to clarify?
Let's get into Penguin. So.
Hello, Nish.
Yes, Georgie, please.
So in the chat are saying before that maybe there is too many channels, but how to get rid of anyone because all are important, right?
Okay.
So maybe one idea was
So as you can see,
maybe merge some of the channels together to make it more like, for example, there is one devotional poetry and devotional rap. So these two can
we gotta
offering, something like that.
Very, very good. Yeah, please send these format. Because we want to have less channels, have threads, and one way to do that is to merge them. That's a really good point. Let's merge some channels. Cool. Thank you, Georgie. That you got that. That was pretty good. And here.
What's this?
Here I have Amanda.
Organized tabs.
Working on the Sanskrit channels. That's great. Sanskrit channels are under development. Shivani. Hopefully you got that, Shivani.
I think they're organized, man.
And so Lakan has been looking for lectures.
How many fucking tabs do people have?
Literally thousands of them now. So
They need them fucking organized. Just fucking close the tabs.
That's a good question. One of my favorite lectures I share with many people mentioned a teaser of the next lecture, continuing today's practice.
It's being updated. Come on.
Unfortunately, some of the lectures, I'll say there's a list of 5, only really say 3, and forget all about it, and have no idea what That's my problem sometimes. It's all so
man.
that I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to return.
Well, Penguin will return after these messages.
And there's not the third. Maybe there isn't a third. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel inspired. Like there's 3. I don't know.
Oh, this is leaking my exact coordinates.
And then I get to the end of 2, and I'm like, oh, I guess there were only 2. Sometimes it was my bad, my stream of consciousness, lack of.
But nonetheless, let's look at the lake in the or the island in the lake in the island in the lake.
But Patreon kind of does that. So if you go on the Patreon, if you just scroll,
there's no way that's a thing, Dan.
Have you seen that?
There is just no way. That is not a real thing that you. That's a thing that you made up. That's a thing that doesn't exist. Oh yeah, well, that's not a get. Check it. Check it out. Right up in here, there's a fucking. There's a little island in a lake. In an island. In a lake. On an island, motherfucker. With a lake next to it. And it's also right next to the biggest fucking city in Indonesia. What's going on in Indonesia? I wonder if I could do
okay, sorry, my brain.
I could
for a second.
street
if
view.
I wanted to come to the
Oh, who's trapping in the hallway?
um,
What is this shit, dude?
oh,
This is not what light does.
There's a retreat coming up, so we're trying to meet in person.
Otis. Oh, you speak English here.
Because we met in India with our India Sangha. So nice to meet Siddhi and so nice to meet Shiva.
Oh man,
like so many people
this is not.
That we'd only ever seen on the Zoom room. But the first thing we did this year is to get everyone together. We went to a few temples and we had some wonderful satsangs. So we're already off to a good start. Very excited about this. The next thing that's happening, I'll put a link also.
This is in Malaysia, right?
Somewhere in the thing, but it's at the San Francisco retreat. So it's on the 31st till the 2nd, January 31st till the 2nd of February. So mark your calendars, and if you'd like to come, you're all welcome. Samya Devi and Sumeruji are hosting us in your home. So that's our next thing. So those dates.
Oh, this is sick.
So we'll see you there, and then we'll try to do the Atlanta retreat too. I've been putting that off because I haven't really corresponded with them. But once I get clear dates, you'll know. Ma will know. Very good.
This is nicer than fucking
my thought
any city I've been to.
Media, we have threads for different topics. I think that structural.
Wait, so how long has this city been around then?
Crafts that Joel was speaking of, and also quite possibly for the Sanskrit class and some of the other ones, because the channel list is longer than my screen, and I have a vertical oriented monitor, so this is going to be a lot of stuff is not going to be seen by especially people.
Wait, Manila is in
And also when I
the Philippines, right?
Events, it seems difficult.
Yeah, Philippines, so not Malaysia. I think they're very similar.
For example, to find the list of giantees for the Mahavidyas, for example. But there's not really any place where that was on Discord that would be very helpful for all of
The most densely populated city. That's pretty cool. So wait, when did it? In 1901.
Yeah. So on that second point,
wait,
Hollywood
what?
Have, I think really met that need head on. Like they've got a
That's like fucking.
It's like
That's really recent. That's really recent. That's like World War One.
Yeah. Those calendars are so good that priests in India want them. So like some of the most important priests in the most important temples, like the Mahabhavataraji Dakshineshwar temple, I was ferrying from these calendars that the Kali Mandir and Laguna Beach had made to the priests in India. So it's such a good resource. So maybe you might find it on the website. they run out of stock really quickly.
So it was a thing before.
Kali Mandir,
Before the.
They've taken the time to go on the Pancham and then from the Pancham transpose everything onto the Gregorian calendar.
It was already a thing.
Veeranatha is right. Oh, and Chakreshwar says it's digitally available. Look, it's over here also.
The name Manila is Manila.
Beautiful photo. That's one of my favorite things about the calendar. Look, it's got beautiful pictures. That's so cool. We're like doing a item. We call it you're good at this. Okay, you're hired for the gift shop.
So there.
And now the new rose pork japamala.
So there was something there before. But it doesn't look like it was that.
We're good at marketing other people.
Like it wasn't that crazy.
Anyway, that's what my guru told me too. Don't do something that other people are already doing. Like what people are doing, like they're doing that. Support their work, but whatever they're not doing, make sure you address those needs also. So I don't think we'll make another one of those calendars because it's already been done and it's been done really well. So there's an online version. Everyone check that out. Also, like what I tend to do sometimes, you don't need to do this because you already have that calendar. But what I like to do is sometimes I go to this big function like this, right? And there's like a place on the fold. I think it's more. Oh, here it is. Look, it gives you like a heads up. You see the upcoming Upavas and festivals. So we know that today is Durgashtami, Masik Durgashtami, and then we'll know that in 3 days there's this Ekadashi, and then there's Trailang Swami.
What is this?
This is a very important day for me because I have a nice connection to the Trailang Swami temple in Varanasi. So in 3 days there's going to be the Trailang Swami Jayanti, the birthday of Trailanga Swami, the 280-year-old, great saint.
This is a fucking hood. This is a gated hood. Don't go to Manila. They got gated hoods. Gated village is understandable, but gated hood? That's crazy. They gated the whole hood. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting it to be this.
Here's the nakshatra and all of that. It's Wednesday. No, it's Monday for you guys.
Gated. Wait, so you're telling me that they got Street View in the tiny little roundaroo right here, the fucking gas station, but they don't have it in the hood. All right, let's see the real hood then, because no hood is a gated hood. That's not real. I mean, not that I would know, but like, what's the hood look like? See, that's what I'm here for. The metal staircase. That doesn't even make sense. Metal staircase. It's like a plate metal staircase. Wait, is that metal? Yeah, that's a fucking. Wait, is that metal? No, that's stone. It's like this though. Same. I love it. The next new moon after Kali Puja is Shivaratri.
veracity like that. So I think this is already there, so we don't need to make a new one. But Leonardo is absolutely right.
This looks so chill.
And,
This looks so fucking chill, dude. Everybody should live in the Philippines. Everybody should live in the motherfucking Philippines. Look at this shit, dude. Look at that. You're telling me that this is not the most populous place on Earth? Look at that shit, dude. I bet it's just the language, man. It's always people who don't speak that language who are like, man, I'm not learning that shit. It's like, it looks dope. It's like the fucking, the land looks mad arable and shit. Little, probably too much clay, but like, I would live here. I would live there as fuck. I would prefer that. I would prefer this place over almost anywhere in the U.S.
And then he also started laughing, and then he said, "Okay, fine." I'm like, "Do we fuck on? Ami tama, ami fuck."
What's this island?
But it's just a moment of like such lightness and gravity. But anyway, so if you go to the Drik function, you can find that little corner. But at the very least, if you don't have the Drik function, if you don't have the Kali Mandir thing, I'll tell you. I'll tell you about the holidays, and I'll try to give you a hint.
Yes, this is what I'm fucking talking about. Look at this, man. You probably got like even like big spiders here and shit too.
The list of channels is just way too long. It's just like there's so much going on here, and we just need to, somehow condense a few things. I don't know. Maybe this stuff, like a lot of the studying stuff, can be condensed. I don't know. Amanda is the genius with all of this stuff. I'm still an old man. I don't really know how Discord works, so she'll figure it out probably. But this stuff is really good. If you go into Parades, we don't really know where to fit this. Probably in studying, right, or in puja. Actually, no. It goes in puja. Okay, no, I'm sorry.
So wait, this is so where's the so this is Indonesia and this is the Philippines. Do I have that right? Because this looks like, how is there not a war here? How are they literally just like, all right, I'm gonna get this and you're gonna get that, and then they were both like, all right, like that doesn't seem like, I don't know. I just think it's interesting. Like, I've always thought about like Malaysia, Philippines, and Indonesia as like this like trinity, and then there's just Singapore chilling, like casually just being way more Asian, like like way more Asian. You know what I mean? Because isn't it? And it's also just this. Wait a fucking second. Yeah, wait, isn't Singapore like, Singapore is like a, it's like an exclave of China or some shit. Exclave, or like some like autonomous, like some Chinese thing, right? I don't know, maybe I'm just completely uneducated. They speak Mandarin and Malaysian.
And Islam, the Quran is in Arabic. In Malaysia, they speak Malay, but
it's a city state. What the fuck? That's pissing me off. That is not a fucking. That is tiny. That's literally one city. What are they doing? That's literally just one city. That's literally one fucking city. That's the whole thing.
Are you in the Rolling Stones, or are you, the whole wardrobe? And that's fine. That's cool and all, right? There's no problem with that. That's all the fun stuff.
On my fucking life. Wait. Bro. They did not build a city here, right? No, this is sick as fuck. Nah, Singapore cannot be real. There's got to be some like tax evasion shit that's going on there.
And then there was a white guy, like that's the saga.
There's got to be some fucking thing that like it exists just so they can do this like this very specific illegal thing. You don't draw a border like that without fucking being up to something. They had to extend international borders to build this motherfucking whatever this is. I'm not buying it. This shit. They had to extend international borders to build this little like horse jumper. Like, you know what I mean? Like those fucking horse things. Hurdle. They built a hurdle. Horse. Wait, what is that? What actually is that?
So at age 9, the guru whispers into your left ear, "Oh," and you get your Upanaya ceremony. The moment that secret ritual yielded results,
what the fuck? Nah, this is a trip. What the fuck is this?
If you've been on an Indian train, you know what I'm talking about.
Pause. What?
To get into the train, it's like a mob. And some people even scream because the next train is maybe tomorrow. You'll be stuck in the station in the middle of nowhere. Finally, you get on the train, and then suddenly everyone loves one another.
Okay, no, this place is sick as hell.
And then,
there's got to be some like weird tax law that they invented here just so they don't have to like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's in Malaysia, it'll be too obvious. But if we put a little city state here, you know what I mean? What the fuck is that? Look at this shit, bro. Oh my god. This is literally the Frutiger Aero City. This is literally the Frutiger. This is what they were thinking when they made that. Bro, that is a soccer field. But this is what they were thinking when they thought about like Frutiger Aero. They actually made that, but only in Singapore. What the fuck is going on? I'm pissed at this. Singapore. It's also identified as a tax haven. Oh my lord. 74% Chinese, so it's a Chinese tax haven. Tax haven. That's what. That makes sense. But it's just weird because there's all these other cities around it that. I wonder if there's a.
No matter how many invasions India suffers and how much Hindu nationalism and Islamophobia arises in India, the core feeling in the Indian heart is sharing the mango. If there's a juicy mango, we want everyone to enjoy it with us because we know our joy is 10 times the joy when it's shared. So we'll never keep anything to ourselves. So you guys don't feel like you're culturally appropriate. So to your question, Chief, don't worry about it. Remember, religion goes beyond all these cultural forms. But use whatever forms you feel are appropriate that help you, and of course you do it in a respectful and reverential way that I can learn more about it. But don't talk about it. Okay. Oh my God, I'm kind of late. It's 11:11 where I am. It's 11:11 in the morning, so it's a good auspicious time to begin our first lecture of the Gregorian calendar year. But first, I just want to say hi to Apurva. There's my Guru Bhai. Are you in India, G?
What's the demographics then?
Sorry, no, not yet. Next week.
Whoa.
That's so exciting.
Okay, so yeah, this is I just discovered that Singapore is a Chinese tax haven. That's interesting. So I fucking knew it then. That's unfortunate. What's that even about? He was just talking about the Discord and dipped. So that's a hotel. What is this then? What is this thing? What is that? That's the Art Science Museum. Yo, this place looks sick. That's the Louis Vuitton store, motherfucker, in the ocean. That's hilarious. Yo, I'm crying. What the fuck is this? They were really just building shit. What the fuck? I want to put mean just to piss them off, and the police are like, "Hey, you can't boat in there," and I'm like, "Fuck you, what, bitch? Okay, explain this. No, fuck, explain this. What is this? Never. Fuck that. I'm not even gonna. I don't even want to think about that. Oh, there's a temple. Town. It's like if New York had a America town. Oh my god. Or like if like Toronto had an America. Dope. What if like I've heard of this place? Sri Mariamman. Yo, it's just funny because I always thought Singapore was like a whole place. You know what I mean? Like not just like a tiny ass. Really like that's like it's like 20 miles. I could run that in a day. I thought it was like. Well, first of all, where did I think Singapore was? I thought Singaporean. I thought. Also, I think Taiwan is part of China, but Taiwan is only part of like this part of China. You know what I mean? Like this is not this. This and this are two different places. But even then, I feel like because this is a different. There's a tectonic plate here. So if you go by natural borders, shut up. If you go by natural borders, this is like way, like look at this. You might not be able to see it on the map, but no, you kind of can't. But you know what I mean? Like, is this part of Taiwan? Right? It is. So Taiwan, kind of part of China. Actually, I feel like Taiwan is more part of this. Taiwan is definitely more part of the Philippines then, because even though it's farther away, it's part of both. So it's its own thing. Is this part of China? You know what I mean? Like this is the same. What the fuck is going on Taiwan? That's kind of blowing my mind. Tight-knit community. This shit ain't China. This is like an island. This is actually the Philippines. That's what I would say. So, I'm not a Taiwanese recessionist. Or is independent. I think it's part of the Philippines. But it's just Chinese Philippines. So it's its own thing called called the Chinese Philippines. I'm just pissing so many people off by saying that. What's this? Is this part of China? Apparently not. But it's actually, here's the thing. There's other shit that's going on. There's got to be an island in here, right? Wait, actually, it's these. Wait, this is Japan? What the fuck? That's not Japan. That's not Japan. That's Taiwan. Actually, this is this is like the Japanese Philippines. That's not Japan, though. Come on. This is Japan. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Japan. Did you know that the fortune cookie comes from California? They made that shit. Right? No, bitch. That's Japan, motherfucker. Why is it loading so slow? Okay, well, look at this. Yeah, right, Japan. That's Japan. Yeah, right. I mean, maybe. I mean, kinda. But, I mean, kinda. You know? Yeah, sure. Japan. I fucking hate colonization. How about this? Every island is its own individual country, and it's got its own system of governance, and it has nothing to do with all the other islands in that area. And if you go there, then you're the governor. And that's how it works. Because nobody from this island should be able to say, "Hey, I own that island," because that doesn't make sense. Because you're on this island. How are you going to own that island when you're on this island? There's a whole bunch of fucking water in between you and that island. How about this? When you're on the land with everybody else and there's a bunch of shit everywhere, nobody owns it. So explain to me with that logic how the fuck this is China. Huh? What? Wait, oh, there's China. Oh, all the way up here. Yeah, right. So this is China. So I'm just saying, why don't they just like get it? Why don't they just like, what is preventing them from just going and? Oh, it is officially the Republic of China. Wait, what? Wait, so no, it's its own thing. Taiwan is fucking dope. So is Singapore, though. The Republic of China, my fucking ass. See, that's like insecure. That sounds so insecure. Wait, the Republic of China. Wait a minute. Taiwan overthrew China? Oh, on Taiwan? That would be dope if they were on the island and they were like, "Yo, you see that shit over there?" And they were like, "Yeah, that way bigger island." And they were like, "Yeah, that's my shit." Does my skin look good? Oh, does it look good? Jesus Christ, that is. I've been having a fucking terrible year for Aura. Absolutely dismal year for Aura. But I'd say 2023 was the year. It was the year of the Aura for me. For sure. For sure. I was rocking hella Aura all 2023. Actually, I'm thinking more like spring. No, actually, it was more like 2022. 2022 was crazy Aura. 2022 was crazy, Aura. What? Holy shit. All right, so I'm interested though in this idea of like this isn't this. You know, that's what I think about. That's what I think about China. It's just too big. Like, if we're being real, this is Tibet, right? And then we got Beijing, right? And then we also got like Taiwan. And they want to say that all of those things are the same. It's the same place. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because that's the idea of a country. It's like, what's a really good example of like a country? Like Ethiopia. Ethiopia looks like a country, you know, because there's Somalia here, right, with the desert and this little like horn, and then there's this spot with this river valley, right, and this is where that's the roads. Let's look at let's look at this foresty part, and like somewhere in there the border gets drawn because that's a big ass forest. And there's this area, and then like where it kind of gets to deserty areas, like that's not Ethiopia anymore. That's a good countries are there. Like I'm really just looking at like countries that are just really country shaped, if that makes sense. Like obviously like Japan is a country. Like this is Japan. Obviously Russia is way too fucking big. But so is the United States. So I'm looking at like what's a good like Spain. Spain right here. Yeah. With Portugal too. I kind of low-key feel like Spain and Portugal are the same place because the languages are so similar. I mean, but I know there's beef there. Just imagine if there's like, if this is like one country, right? That's a good country because it's just like, all right, there's this line here. There's a line, and this is it. And it's also interesting to me, just like how there's the UK, and then there's France, and then there's Spain, and then that's like this trifecta, and then there's like Germany, and then there's the Ukraine and like Italy, right? And that's another like trifecta. I feel like this should be a country like in here. And then there's like Norway, Finland, and Sweden as a country, and then there's just Russia's big ass. It's just existing all over this shit for no fucking reason because nobody was out here apparently. But in reality, this is like so many distinct. Like if you look at the native people, and if they were probably not, if they weren't all killed, which they probably were, you have such a fucking diverse, like cultural. Because this is what's crazy to me is that this is all just as, I don't know if it's just as arable necessarily, but certainly a lot of this is arable. And it's all like this, right? There's just not these oceans here. But you know what I mean though, right? Like it's super landlocked, but that's it. There should be more shit here. There should definitely be way more shit here. But nobody fucking lives here. That's all I'm saying. It's another good country. India. Perfect country. This little like peninsula. That's one place. Cool. And in that, there's a lot of variation, but it's not so much variation that it like blows your mind. This is crazy. This is insane. Like this whole thing. Do you realize this is like 2 Indias? Like at least like there's so much fucking land there. You got Tibet, which is like big, it's like mountains and desert, and then you got like Beijing, which is like a fucking, you know what Beijing is like and shit. It's like a fucking like fishing, like type beat with like fucking. It's like a European city almost. And then there's this shit down here, which is like fucking tropical. It's like fuck. It's like, dude, like, come on, man. come on, man. There's no fucking way that you get all that fucking land of one fucking thing under one government. You know what I mean? It's not like that's what the issue with it for me is that this is one government. This is a government right here. It's the same fucking thing. Like this being one government makes sense. Like one group of people over this much land. All right, that makes sense. I can see how that would happen. This is stupid. Like given how crazy all this shit is, right? I realized I went the wrong way around the globe, but given how crazy all of this is, with all this nonsense going on, it's understandable because it happened over a longer period of time. Like there was just a group of people who were predominantly like in this area and have just evolved in this area. This just happened overnight, basically. This just popped up. And they just went, whoop, this is all my shit. This is all this shit. Look at all this shit. This is all mine. It's my shit. But in reality, what was here before was there was like a group here, there's a group here, and there's a group here, and there's a group here, there's a group here, and like here, and here, and here. Type shit. Like, there's like 13 fucking countries in here. And they were all doing shit. And there was all this shit happening. And there's like and then they all died from fucking tuberculosis. It's not their fault, but still, it's like, dude, there should have been some fucking. You didn't have to knock the houses down and shit too. Like we should have been able to fucking figure out what the fuck was happening before everybody showed up. So that's what I'm saying is that maybe that's a statement about conflict that like. That's what I'm taking from it right now. That it's a statement. It's a statement on conflict. Because you think about it, people die in these fucking like clan wars and shit like that, or tribal conflict, and all these people died, and then they all died of tuberculosis. Like in like 10 years. It's not funny how many people died, but like it's funny that like that's how beef so often gets resolved. Happens a lot. It's just I don't know. It's just crazy to me because like there's like this concept of like a country's country, like that doesn't make sense. Like because there's a French Guiana, right, which is like a French thing. So somehow the French government got so good at being here that they get to be here too. That doesn't make sense. And obviously there's so many details and shit that I'm skipping over when I'm talking about this shit, but it still is like it's still valid to talk about. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. If Taiwan is part of China, then Madagascar is part of fucking Mozambique. Okay, that's it. And Sri Lanka is part of India, but it's not because it's Sri Lanka. Because it's a big fucking island. It's a big enough fucking island that like it's not the same thing. Wait, what is this? Can you build a bridge here? I feel like you could totally build a bridge across this shit. That's enough islands, bro. That's like 1,000 islands. Look, there's fucking like rivers through the islands. You could totally build a bridge across this shit. You could damn near swim that. Somebody probably fucking has. 5th island? Come on now. You're numbering the islands, but you can't make a fucking bridge there? And of course they made a temple out here. Yeah, obviously. A fucking duh. There's not enough temples in America, man. Not enough temples. I'm like, what? Is that that's a different language. I also appreciate India because it's honest about the cultural. It's honest about the cultural differences. It's like, okay, we got like 8,000 languages. It's like, okay, no, there's Bengal, there's Hindi, there's fucking uh all these languages, and it's honest. It's very honest. I don't know why Nepal is its own thing. Why is that its own thing? Shouldn't that be India? But then there's China, and Indians and Chinese live next to each other. They live next to each other, but they're not. Like, take this border down and make this a country. Like, make Tibet part of like up Uttar Pradesh, like from Jaipur to motherfucking Qinghai. Is there a city in here? That's what I'd do. From Jiuguan to Jaipur is like one place. Actually, no, that makes sense because there's a big mountain here. That would make sense if this was one place. Okay, no. But I appreciate that they respect this border, and there's even like a little like buffer zone. There's like an Indian Tibetan mountains, and then there's like a Chinese Tibetan mountains, but that's also mostly Indian. And then there's Tibet, which isn't even really that Tibetan, because like if you look at the border, like it doesn't actually. There's not actually that many islands or mountains. My question is, how is this so dry? This goes back to my theory about they fucking dried out Mongolia, dude. It doesn't make sense that the world should be this fucking dry. This is a lot of sand, man. This is a lot of fucking sand. That's a terrifying amount of sand. That is a terrifying amount of fucking sand. It's all sand. Like if you started here, look at this. If you started here and you went to motherfucking, if you started in Iran and you ended in North Korea, you'd cross 4,000 miles of sand. That's crazy. That's actually fucking insane. Not even that. Fuck it. If you started in Israel and ended in North Korea, you'd cross just sand. You would get like a little bit of forest here. Also, what the fuck is happening in Kyrgyzstan? There should be more happening here, right? This is interesting to me. Okay, but back to my idea about America. So China should be like 3 countries, right? I've already established this. Like from Chongqing down, from Beijing, like over, you know what I mean? Like Chongqing and then like Beijing, but like a radius around Beijing. So this, and the rest of it is just Tibet, because it's all fucking desert. So that makes sense, right? That's like 3 countries, right? But for some reason they're all under the government. This should be like 8. This should be like 8. With how much I know about the United States, it should be Carolina and South Carolina, and that's another country. West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania. This is a country right here. Then New York and Boston is a country, right? And then you have fucking up here. This is a country, and all of this. This is a country. With Montreal is the big city. So right up in even like here. So from like Boston to like up here, this is a country. And then you have like this area, right? And this is a country, right? It's like around Chicago. And there's like a country like in here. This is like a country, okay? Like this is a bigger country. Up to like Iowa. And even like Kansas and Nebraska and like even that, like this is America, like this is like this is like a country, okay? So like with Texas even. And then like yeah, even up here, like this could all be like one country. And then like this is a country right here with like all this, even, and then a little country over here. But what I'm saying, get this. Look at Africa, bro. What did they do to Africa? Look at this. Look at this. Look. What is the what's here? Motherfucking Cameroon has got a little dildo on the end of it, and fucking, and it's not even touching Niger. And what's this, bro? What is this? Just merge them. These are one country, bro. Look at this point, bro. Togo, pick a side. Pick a side, bro. Like, come on. And fucking Cote d'Ivoire. Like, bro, Guinea and Guinea-Bissau. So it's got like a Wario. And the motherfucking Gambia. Don't even get me started on this shit, bro. The Gambia is not its own country. That is a separate governance. So that's what I'm saying. If we can have the motherfucking Gambia just be around a river, why can't we have a motherfucking Florida country? The fucking president of Florida. If we can have the motherfucking Gambia with this weird little fucking over here, well, that's a country. That is a country. And people are there like, yes, this is a country. Cool. Good. That makes sense, okay? I mean, it doesn't, but bear with me. Why don't we have a fucking president of Montreal, bro? Why don't we have a president of Montreal? Draw a little border around this shit. You know what I mean? Like, Montreal is on the border of Toronto. That's a country. This is a country, bro. This is a whole country. From fucking Philadelphia to motherfucking to motherfucking Montreal, you got a country. That's a country in there. So that's what I'm saying. Is that there needs to be countries. There needs to be towns, and then there's a group of towns is a county in America, and then a group of counties is a state, and then a group of states is a country. So then what's above a group of states? A continent? You're telling me that you put a group of you're telling me that you put a group of towns, a group of towns onto a continent, and just a bunch of a group of towns is on a continent? Like, that doesn't. There's not enough going on there. That's just like a town's organization over a whole continent. Let's find other good examples of countries that are actually correctly sized. I'm not even gonna get fucking started on this shit. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, just give one of them to this. Bro, Indonesia does not need all of this. Indonesia does not need all this. Share, motherfucker, share. Indonesia, this is Indonesia, and this is the Philippines, and that's now everybody's happy. Because you know, with the way that this fucking border is drawn, they're not actually there. Like, oh fuck, man, I need more land. They're looking at a map and they're like, where do we I need more. Like, they're like, make it look bigger. You know what I mean? So like, you got Timor outside of Timor-Leste, and then there's this. I don't even know what this is. This is like is this an Indonesian thing? So then what's this? Is this fucking... What's going on here? So this is in And what about the cultural nuance between all of these places? What? Bro, just make this whole thing Timor-Leste. What is Indonesia doing on Timor-Leste? And why is this island its own country, but this, and half of this its own its own country? This is all one country, but this is all one country. So you know what I mean? Like, just at this point, like, that's like saying that, like, we got all this here, and this is one country with Mongolia and South Korea and Japan, and then this right here, this is a country. Just around this river, just around where this river kind of pops in here a little bit, country. Like, what? That's not real. That's not fucking real. All right, I'm done with this. Let's see if Club Penguin is back. Please be back online. And if it's not, I'm just gonna go to fucking sleep. I'm so fucking tired, dude. Oh, it is. Let's go. Why are these servers so full? You know what? I don't even want to play Club Penguin at this point. This is just annoying. Why do I look so ugly? I've been streaming for an hour. I want to go to bed. I was gonna go to bed.